Fakhoury, the son, remains behind bars, denied bail, charged with 7 counts of murder. Prosecutors say he's confessed. Now, it's important to remember the case against James and Jennifer Crumbley. Remember the parents of Ethan Crumbley, who was charged with killing 4 students at Michigan's Oxford High School last November? They've been charged with multiple counts of involuntary manslaughter. They didn't sign any document, but were charged for not doing enough to stop him. Now, I still believe legally they've been overcharged, but so far the case is moving forward. And sure, Cremo isn't a kid. Ethan Crumbley was 15. But Robert Cremo, the dad, signed a document taking responsibility for the weapon. And if he knew about his son's ongoing issues, I believe he may end up getting charged too. But joining me now is Matt Fakhoury, criminal defense attorney and former Cook County, Illinois prosecutor. Thanks so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. So you do not think, though, there could be a criminal case against him, huh?
No, I do not. I believe, first of all, the tragic event that's happened hit close to home. Our office is just one of our offices is just a few minutes from Highland Park. But from a purely legal standpoint, I think it would be a stretch to charge him. And you touched on it because based on this affidavit, this consent, as you put it, it implies purely civil ramifications. When you hear the word liability and you hear the word damages, it implies a civil case. Now, you're right. Some of those words or some of that language could be used in a criminal case, but you hit it right on the head. Ethan was a minor who should be under the constant care, custody, and control of his parents, who, by the way, gifted him a gun over in Michigan. So I think that's a stronger case. Here we have Robert, who is emancipated. He's an adult. He wasn't gifted a gun. He wasn't bought a gun by his father. And for all intents and purposes, from what I understand, he bought these guns by himself. They were registered properly, and his independent actions, although horrific, should not be blamed or somehow conspired with by the father. In that sense.
But he did buy all the weapons, though, and there were 4 of them, I think, all when he was under 21. And the only way you can buy a weapon in Illinois when you're under 21 is when a parent sponsors you.
That's correct. Now, I'm not saying the father is irresponsible or immoral. I'm saying that as far as a criminal liability, right, criminal culpability, there's not enough here. If we want to move forward and charge parents in situations like this, which I think we should, then there's a solution, and that's to change the law. But right now it would be a stretch, just like, as you said, in an even stronger case in Michigan, and the law is a little different, but it's similar in some ways. It's still a stretch. It's not as strong of a case in Michigan, but those facts and circumstances are better suited for rendering a criminal conviction than in this case here. Here it's just, there's not enough of a causation link to link Robert with his father to charge him and file a criminal complaint against him. I agree with you that it's dangerous business to start getting into the business of prosecuting every parent for a kid who does something wrong. There are going to be lawsuits, civil lawsuits. When you're talking about involuntary manslaughter, as is the case in the Crumbley case, I guess could be the case here. But do you think the political pressure on the authorities here is going to be too much not to charge one of the parents at least? Frankly, I don't. There's been a lot of political pressure on Kim Foxx. She's not exactly known, as you said earlier, as, you want an aggressive prosecutor, so to speak, to take over a case like this and to possibly charge the father. Kim Foxx is not known in these parts as an aggressive prosecutor, especially based on the last few years in the crime in the Chicagoland area, and now, unfortunately, in the suburbs as well.
And I should be clear, I'm not saying that I think he should be prosecuted. I'm saying that I think he really may be prosecuted. But look, you know this area better than I do. We shall see. We'll have you back on when one of us is wrong. Matt Fakhoury, thank you very much for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.